These are the dazzling images of Dubai Sports City, used to attract international investors to buy apartments in Oasis Tower II, a 22-storey building its marketers claimed would feature, quote, exquisite construction in an inspiring neighbourhood. But this tower appears more like a mirage than Oasis. Due for completion last year, construction has not even begun, just the footings and excavation work of a very large hole. But what's most concerning for investors who've tied up around $170,000 each is this bank statement showing the Oasis Tower II escrow account. Nadeem Hussain says the statement was emailed to him by accident. It shows just $2.5 million available to build a 22-storey luxury building.
We knew there wasn't enough money in there to build this particular building, so obviously everybody's money is just gone. It's evaporated in thin air, and there's no accountability whatsoever.
The escrow account details also do not match the account they paid their money into. The purchase contracts list the developer as Oasis Group Ventures. Its director is Dr. Mostafa Elahy, seen here on the left after purchasing a man-made island in the world development from debt-burdened developer Nakheel. Dr. Elahy declined to be interviewed, directing us to a real estate company called Buniah, who also provided no answers. Investors say both companies are trying to use a force majeure clause in the contract to absolve themselves of any compensation or refunds. Force majeure usually refers to an act of God, like a natural disaster. But in these particular contracts, the wording also covers a government authority refusing a building licence. It leaves these investors in legal limbo. Court action, they say, is too expensive. Their only option may be to pay another $50,000 to complete the purchase, or else they'll be in breach of contract and could lose everything. The Oasis Tower situation is not unique. Dozens of frozen projects dot Dubai's skyline, leaving investors with few options.
As a general rule, the contracts which were signed during the boom were very, very one-sided contracts indeed. They were presented by developers on a take-it-or-leave-it basis. If you didn't sign the contract, then someone else would.
RERA, the real estate watchdog set up by Dubai's government in 2007 to regulate the property industry, is providing little help, according to these aggrieved investors.
Government authorities like RERA, they're a toothless tiger. They don't do what they were put together to do, basically, you know. They can't implement anything. They just ignore you, basically.
The Real Estate Regulatory Agency has ignored our calls and emails too, leaving many unanswered questions on the true state of Dubai's promised new era of transparency and accountability. Dan Nolan, Al Jazeera, Dubai.